Hey guys, it's Oler here, back again with another review, off-centered as usual. And today we'll be having a look at the DC Universe Classics Wave 10, the Imperiex Wave, which was a Walmart exclusive to my understanding. Today we're looking at Man-Bat. This is going to be the first of the Batman villains I review. If you watched my latest haul video, you know I bought a bunch of the SOBs, so we're going to review them. Ironically, because I normally do, if I start a wave, I wait till I finish the wave to review the figures in the wave, but, you know, that's just not going to happen because most of this wave is batshit expensive, so screw that. Well, the good figures, Beast Boy and the Joker, they're 40 to 60 bucks a piece! But nonetheless, I got this guy off of Instagram from Joy's Toy Store. Joy's a really cool lady. Based in Florida, I guess that makes more sense. Really cool, you know, gets back to you when possible, typically within 24 hours. So very easy to talk to, very cool, chill lady. I did buy a few things off her already. I bought a couple of gargoyles. I bought Panther from 2000X, which is a freaking awesome deal. And I got the Beetle from Spider-Man Classics, the big mecha suit Beetle, which is an amazing figure. But this is not an advertisement. This is a review of this amazing Man-Bat. Yes. Now, originally, this guy was supposed to be in the Two-Face wave, I think, from DC Superheroes, you know, when they were calling them Select Sculpts. Selected by who? Are they trained professional? Unfortunately, he was never released in that line, thank God, because he's a little bit more recent, and I was able to pick him up. I got him for $25 shipped. He was fresh out of package. It's loose. It falls down. I just filmed my review of the DC Superheroes Scarecrow. I'm filming these a little out of order, but the way they're going to be uploaded is the order I bought them in, so it's going to be a little weird, but there's still reviews of figures I bought, so what the hell's the difference? But he was supposed to be released along with, I believe, an all-black Mr. Freeze. You know, aside from his head and the obvious stuff, but it was a version where he didn't have the tank top. And that figure will be up in a couple of days. That review, I should say. Because, yeah, that's a cool figure. I don't mind the tank top. I just say, oh, it's part of his costume, and I ignore it. A lot of people, though, call it the tank top Mr. Freeze because it looks like a tank top. I call it the Playgirl Centerfold Mr. Freeze, but this is not a video about Mr. Freeze. It's about Man-Bat. Going on a tangent. But basically, DC Superheroes got shit-canned and got turned into DC Classics, which I believe the Penguin was one of the carryovers from that line, as was this guy and some of the characters in the 2-packs, like the Batgirl, the Azrael, you know, Supergirl, the Lex Luthor, the Bizarro, I believe was released in a 2-pack. He was released in a 2-pack with Faker from O2 Classics, I know that, but DC Superheroes had a lot of carryover figures. Parasite, that was another one. Because he was originally in that line, which I have him, and I reviewed him, and I love that figure. It's amazing. But, Man-Bat. Talking about Man-Bat here. This dude is pretty cool, I'm not gonna lie. You know, are his wings scientifically accurate at all? No. He has way too many little things coming out for it to be at all accurate. I mean, maybe a bats with what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 fingers. Now, I don't mind that he's got hands because the man bat from the 2004 animated series, the white one, which we'll talk about another white man bat in a minute here, he had hands too, but he had like 1, 2, 3 of these as opposed to 5, which this guy's got. If they had trimmed this down to 3 and maybe had whoop, and then this could have came over to one that came out of his wrist here, and then that could have went into one around his elbow, or it could have been from his wrist also. It just went that way. They could have maybe had a little bit of overlapping advantage because it looks like they made the little finger bits everywhere, and it doesn't exactly line up. Really, my only gripe with this figure is how they executed the wings. It's not exactly ideal. It's a little bit overkill, if you ask me. But other than that, the rest of him is amazing. I mean, the wingspan itself, even though I don't like the look of the wings per se, the wingspan is actually really, really good on this dude. You could just buy this dude for like $15, I think. I mean, look at that. That's killer. That's just really, really cool. If I had room on my desk to display him like that, I would. I guess we'll just do this, get it out of the way. There's Batman. I mean, the Man-Bat's just massive next to Batman. And this is my go-to Batman. He will be absent for the next 2 videos. Just a heads up. But yeah, articulation on this figure. He's got a rotation in the head. It does look up a little bit. It does look down. Now, I was watching Shardimus Prime's review, which is a rare occasion. I actually popped his head off and halved it so he could look up. I don't really mind that. I mean, you bend his abs back, who's gonna know the difference? He's got an ab crunch also. He's got a waist swivel. And then he's got a hinge in the shoulder. So there's a swivel there. Swivel at the bicep. Single hinge at the elbow. Then he's got a swivel at the wrist. And a hinge at the wrist. Which is a joint I didn't know about until I started watching reviews of this guy again. It's like, holy crap, he's got a hinge in the wrist. He's got a swivel at the hip there, single hinge at the knee, and a hinge at the foot. And yes, he does not have any in and out or anything, but he doesn't really need it. I say the hinge at the feet, that's good. I think he's even got pink holes, doesn't he? He's got one. No, he doesn't have any pick holes. Well, I feel betrayed. Not really, but yeah, this figure's just really freaking cool. I can get past the wing thing just because he looks amazing, which is why he's getting a 9 out of 10. I mean, look at that. Look at that face. It's badass. Now, they did release this guy in an albino or white version as a Comic-Con exclusive for the DC Superheroes line. This was going to be the standard release, but he didn't see the light of day until about halfway through the DC Classics line. So it's good that they made him, because I don't know how much that white one goes for, and I kind of just wanted this one. I don't like the green pants on the white one, mostly. I like the blue pants on this one. Even though it's a little shiny for my taste, it's not bad. And he just looks badass. Look at that. Look at that face. It's awesome. One of my favorite DC Classics I own. He's definitely going on the desk. Him and the Scarecrow from my haul video. Even though the Scarecrow has his own problems, they'll both be going on the desk. So they'll accompany Bane and the Reaper and Etrigan, I suppose. He was a villain at one point. Yeah, with that being said, this video is super long. And, yeah, I guess until next time, I'll catch you guys later. Jesus Christ. Looking scared. It's just a toy. Catch you guys later.